Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe, now this start video. In the latest episode of The Young and the Restless, Y&R, airing on Thursday, January 16, the drama intensifies as Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, makes a shocking vow, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, struggles to free herself from captivity. Let's dive into the day's explosive moments and what they mean for the characters involved. The day starts with Claire Newman visibly shaken as she arrives at the Newman Ranch to speak with Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. Claire stresses that the information she's about to share must remain between the three of them, revealing a major development in the case surrounding Jordan, Colleen Zank. Claire admits that she recently had a tense encounter with Jordan, who has somehow managed to escape from prison. Despite the prison authorities insisting that Jordan was still behind bars, Claire's confrontation with her revealed that someone else may have been taking her place, a detail Jordan alluded to. This revelation sets the stage for a new chapter in their fight against the dangerous criminal. Claire goes on to explain that she deceived Jordan, pretending to side with her to gain more information. However, the situation takes a darker turn when Claire suggests a drastic solution to the ongoing problem. Jordan must die. This chilling statement leaves Victoria and Nikki stunned, as Claire insists that the only way to ensure Jordan is stopped for good is through fatal action. Despite their concerns, Victoria and Nikki argue that Claire is taking an extreme approach, cautioning her about the moral and legal consequences of such an act. They try to convince Claire that taking a life will haunt her, not to mention the possibility of her landing in prison. However, Claire is resolute, unable to live with the guilt if Jordan were to harm someone again and Claire didn't act. Her determination is clear as she hints that she may resort to poisoning Jordan, an action she will take regardless of whether or not Nikki and Victoria are on board. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman finds herself in an incredibly perilous situation. Trapped in a dark sewer, she struggles physically and emotionally, trying to find the strength to escape her captor's grasp. After giving herself a pep talk to keep up her resolve, Sharon finally reaches a bar she's been desperately trying to reach. Using it, she attempts to break free from the chains that have held her captive for what feels like an eternity. This moment is a reflection of Sharon's resilience and will to survive, but her future remains uncertain. The real question is whether or not Sharon can successfully free herself before her captor returns. At Society, Victor Newman, Eric Braden, and his son, Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, continue to make progress in the investigations surrounding Sharon's kidnapping. As the pieces begin to fall into place, both Victor and Nick become increasingly convinced that Sharon's abductor had help from someone else. Their suspicions only grow stronger when Chance Chancellor Connor Floyd delivers key updates. Chance reveals that security footage has surfaced showing someone drugging Sharon with a rag and putting her into the back of a car after she passed out. As Victor and Nick view the footage, they begin to feel a sense of familiarity. Something about Sharon's kidnapper's appearance and movements triggers a nagging feeling that they've seen the person before. They're not able to identify the kidnapper immediately, but they do suspect it might be someone close to their circle, though they don't make the connection to Jordan just yet. Back at Crimson Lights, Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziati has his own plans and they don't align with Billy Abbott's. Jason Thompson. Billy, who is on a mission of vengeance against Chancellor Industries, tries to rally Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, to join him in his scheme. However, Daniel interrupts Billy's plans, offering Phyllis an alternative, a new project he's been working on. After Daniel leaves, Billy confronts Phyllis, seeking her commitment to the scheme he's devised to take down Chancellor. Phyllis, however, isn't so sure about Billy's intentions. She pushes him for more details and Billy eventually admits that his true goal is to ruin Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, as a means of getting back at his father, Victor. Phyllis, ever the realist, calls Billy out on his vendetta. She quickly picks up on the fact that this isn't just about business but a personal grudge, especially in light of Billy's fallout with Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan. Phyllis is hesitant to support Billy's revenge-fueled mission, leading to more tension between them. As Claire Newman's resolve hardens, the tension builds surrounding her decision to take drastic action against Jordan, her chilling. declaration that Jordan must die seems to be more than just an impulsive threat. Claire is increasingly convinced that her only option is to eliminate the risk Jordan poses once and for all. The weight of this moral decision weighs heavily on her, but Claire's determination to prevent further bloodshed seems to outweigh the consequences of murder. The moral dilemma presented to Claire by Nikki and Victoria is undeniable. Both women try to reason with Claire, urging her to consider other ways to handle the situation. Victoria, ever the strategist, suggests that they could involve law enforcement or even turn to Victor for help, believing that there might still be time to track Jordan down before she becomes more dangerous. However, Claire remains adamant, unable to shake the feeling that any other course of action is futile. Her desperation stems from the thought that if she doesn't act now, Jordan will kill again, and she won't be able to live with the consequences of inaction. Claire's suggestion that she might use poison to take Jordan down is unsettling, signaling just how far she is willing to go. It's clear that Claire feels cornered, torn between her own fear of Jordan's violent potential and her desire to protect the people she loves. While Nikki and Victoria continue to express concern for Claire's mental state, there's a growing sense that Claire may be beyond reasoning at this point. Meanwhile, as Claire's intentions grow darker, she continues to keep her cards close to her chest. Will she truly go through with her plan to kill Jordan, or is it just a way of expressing her fear and frustration? Whatever path Claire chooses, it seems certain that this storyline is heading toward a shocking confrontation that could change her life forever. In a parallel storyline, Sharon Newman is still trapped in the sewer, fighting for her life and freedom. After what seems like endless hours of being bound and helpless, Sharon finally reaches a moment of hope when she gets close to a bar she can use to break free from the chains that have held her captive. This moment of triumph is bittersweet, however, as Sharon still doesn't know when her kidnapper will return or what horrors await her if she fails to escape. Sharon's tenacity is on full display, and her will to survive is palpable. But as she struggles with the chains, the question of whether she will escape in time looms large. Her strength in this moment speaks volumes about her character, showing just how far she's willing to go to protect her family and herself. But even as Sharon fights to break free, the danger surrounding her only grows, and her abductor remains an unknown threat in the shadows. Back in Genoa City, Victor and Nick Newman continue to search for answers surrounding Sharon's abduction. With the new security footage showing someone placing a rag over Sharon's mouth and putting her into the car, the case takes a critical turn. The discovery of the footage provides crucial evidence that Sharon was indeed kidnapped, rather than driving into the river on her own, as initially suspected. However, as Victor and Nick examine the footage, they start to feel a sense of familiarity with the abductor. They're convinced they know this person, but the exact identity remains just out of reach. Their suspicions mount, but it isn't until later that the pieces begin to fit together. Could Jordan be the one responsible for Sharon's kidnapping? With Claire's disturbing confession and Jordan's previous history of manipulation and violence, it's entirely possible that she's the one behind this terrifying plot. As the investigation continues, the suspense builds. Every new clue brings Victor and Nick closer to the truth, and it's clear that they're determined to uncover who's behind Sharon's kidnapping. The stakes are higher than ever, and the answer may be more dangerous than they could have ever anticipated. Back at Crimson Lights, Billy Abbott's plan for revenge against Chancellor Industries and Adam Newman continues to take shape, but his efforts are met with resistance from Phyllis Summers. While Billy seeks her involvement in his mission to destroy Adam, Phyllis is less than impressed. She sees through Billy's true motivation. This isn't just about business. It's about payback for the betrayal he feels, especially in relation to Adam and his past with Chelsea.